everyone, and welcome to another episode of Crafty Beer Reviews. Today I will be reviewing a very special beer. This right here is the Robert Masterson, Ryan Rashawn, Rip Current, and Stone collaboration, the R&R Coconut IPA. Wow, that is a long-ass name, but that's cool. As many of you probably know at this point, Ryan Rashawn is a fellow beer tuber. He does some excellent beer reviews, on-location videos, and homebrew videos because obviously he is a homebrewer. He's better known on YouTube as Stumpy Joe Jr., and he just does some great stuff. So I'm going to put a link down to his channel in the description here. You guys go check it out. You know, I mean, for the 5 people that aren't subscribed to him already. Does some great stuff. I just cannot believe this finally made it out here. This is a beer that really needs no introduction, and yet, you know what, guys, I'm going to give you an introduction anyhow. So, how this beer came to be, and I know many of you know this, so I'm going to try and be short, is that Robert Masterson and Ryan Rashawn got together. They came up with a recipe, the Coconut IPA, and they entered it into the AHA homebrew competition at Stone, and guess what? They won. What was the prize? Well, they got to upscale their recipe to the industrial brewing strength of Stone Brewing Company, and they got this little beauty distributed to 37 states nationally. That is huge. Ryan, I know you must be loving this. This is so cool. I just think it's badass that I am sitting here with a bottle of beer that was made by someone who, you know, another beer tuber who does beer reviews. I just think that's so cool. I've said this many, many times. Congratulations, dude. I think this is sweet. I really don't know how else to express it. Robert, if you ever see this video, congratulations to you too, man. I don't know you. Ryan, you know, I don't know you either really, but you seem like a really cool dude, you know, someone to shoot the shit with, grab a beer, whatever. So this is just really, really cool. It's quite the accomplishment. I've been following this beer for a long time. I believe since last year, Ryan's been making video updates about the Coconut IPA, and I have just been dying to try it. I mean, it's been like, I don't even know how long. I think it was late last year that he started, and this is just so cool. One of the things I did want to mention is since I've been watching all of his updated videos, I do know that for the Stone version of this beer, they went with a different hop bill than what Robert and Ryan used, you know, so it's a different hop combo. Gonna get slightly different flavors from that. Malt bill is the same. The other thing, too, is I heard that the ratio of coconut is not as much in the Stone version. They just, you know, couldn't logistically get as much coconut, you know, into it as Robert and Ryan got into their homebrew version. Understandable. I mean, really, to be able to upscale a homebrew recipe to something like Stone, that is just huge. I mean, obviously there's going to be some changes along the way. That makes sense. It's a no-brainer. Now, I've also been hearing a lot of people online, video reviews, written reviews, that have said, you know, either they don't get the coconut or they're only getting a little bit of the coconut. I don't know. We'll see what I think. You know, I think for one, obviously, I've heard this a lot. Stone has bottle variation, guys. So what one person picks up may not be the same bottle, you know? Like, what I'm drinking in Ohio could be different, you know, in Arizona or Texas or wherever else. Just the fact of the matter, even though it's the same beer, there can be a little bit of variation. The other thing, too, is you guys want to be drinking this at a warmer temperature to be able to pick up those notes. I mean, real, actual coconut is a pretty subtle flavor as far as I know. I'm going to stop blathering. I know why you guys are here. You want to see me drink this beer. I want to drink this beer. It's been a long time coming, so let's get to it. All right. So, as usual, you want to serve this at about 50 degrees, and I have it right about there. I wanted to make sure to get it warm, and this is 7.7% ABV. So this is definitely bordering on imperial status. This is August 19th when I'm shooting it, so we're a couple of weeks off from the actual release of the beer. So I've heard that, you know, Ryan said there was a little bit more bitterness than they were expecting, so I'm hoping some of that will have faded at this point. So this is an extremely clear beer, nice golden orange, good amount of carbonation streaming up. There is a solid 1 finger of white head. Let's go ahead and get those. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's interesting. You guys might call bullshit here, but wow. The first thing I'm picking up is on a really nice toasted coconut sweetness, actually. Like, it's providing almost this kind of slight vanilla type of smell. I'm definitely getting a little bit of peach, some apricot, a little bit of like piney, grassy hops, some definite kind of like a sweet orange peel almost. Man, I tell you what though, I definitely pick up the coconut. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm crazy, but I mean, it's not like super, super in your face, but I definitely get the toasted coconut in the nose. Wow, yeah, this smells pretty interesting. Not as tropical fruit forward as I would have thought, but again, I know one of the hops that Stone wasn't able to use is Citra. Citra is usually known for that, so that could be part of it. All right, guys, let's go ahead and take our first sip. Cheers, Ryan, and cheers to the beer tube community in general. Well, unlike the nose, I'm not really getting like necessarily a whole lot of an actual like toasted coconut flavor. However, I'm getting a definite coconut type of sweetness in there. However, the thing that I will definitely say I 100% agree with you, Ryan, already is this is a very big, bitter beer. Like, the bitterness starts in right away, as a matter of fact. I'm not sure what the IBUs are on this, but I think they're like 90 or 90 plus, I can't remember, but definitely bitter. Getting more of that kind of sweet orange peel. There's a little bit of that apricot. Getting some of that kind of pininess, a little bit of like some grassy, almost slightly earthy type of hop notes as well. Yeah, the orange is the biggest hop characteristic, I would say. I almost get like, I don't know, hold on a second. Yeah, it kind of tastes like melon. Like a bit of like a melon rind in there as well. And I'm definitely getting a little bit of that coconut. Now, it's not like full on, like big blast of coconut, but you definitely get the sweetness. It has a nice medium body. The mouthfeel is kind of creamy too. Even though this one finishes pretty dry, that mouthfeel is creamy, and I would assume that's coming from the coconut. But wow, 7.7%. I don't taste it at all, and this is really, really close to imperial status at this point. It's a nice beer. I will say this, it's very refreshing. However, that bitterness really, just the more sips I take, that really sticks out quite a bit. And Ryan, I know that you and Robert wanted to have it slightly less bitter, and it probably just goes to show upscaling recipe to like Stone's Brewing Lab. Obviously, you're going to get some differentiation there. It's one I've been waiting for a long time, so I had fairly high expectations, and I was a little worried when I read all this stuff, watched all the reviews that said not really getting any coconut, kind of worried me. But for me, nice toasted coconut in the nose, and you definitely get the coconut sweetness in the beer itself, taste-wise. I'm not sure if maybe people just aren't drinking at the right temperature, or maybe it's just that big of a bottle variation for Stone. Ryan, if you want to chime in at all, man, please let me know. I'm very interested. The one thing I'd say actually is a bigger disappointment for me than, the coconut is really, I'd love to see the tropical fruit flavors. I mean, I'm really just not getting it. Like, I get a nice apricot, some melon, some orange peel, some pininess, some grassiness, but I'm not getting, like, the pineapple, the mango, the papaya that I really love to see in this beer. And it could use a little bit more coconut, too. That being said, it's a good beer. Bitterness a little bit over the top for this style, but I'm enjoying it. As far as a rating goes, guys, I'm going with an 8.5 out of 10. I think that this is a good beer, but obviously there are improvements. Like I said, I'd love to see, the tropical fruit that, Citra usually imparts. I'd really like to see a little bit more coconut, a little bit less bitterness. That being said, Ryan Rashawn on the back of the bottle, on the front of this is so cool, man. I can't believe I'm finally getting to try this months and months after the fact. It's a nice beer. It's one that I would try if you are looking for more of a pina colada type of drink. It's not it, and you know what? It's not going to be. So people just kind of need to get that artificial kind of coconut idea out of their heads right now. This is natural coconut. It's not some processed bullshit, and that's all there is to it. So could definitely use a couple improvements, and honestly, I think that the homebrew version is probably the one that I would just, it sounds amazing. Ryan, I know I'm not going to be the first or the last person to say this, but if you ever slow down a little bit, I would be very happy to do a trade so I could try the homebrew version. Hell, man, I'll even pay just to have you ship me a bottle at some point. I really want to try it. That being said, don't worry about it anytime soon. I know you're a busy man. Enjoy the fame. Enjoy everything. I really hope that this has just kind of enabled you to be a better brewer too. I know you said it was a big learning experience. I think it's awesome. Guys, check out this beer. For my musical recommendation tonight, I am going with a classic album. I want you guys to check out the Beach Boys' Surfin' USA from 1963. I was planning on this beer being a little bit more tropical when I was thinking of the musical recommendation, but you know what? It's a nice IPA. It tastes fairly similar to a lot of Stone IPAs in general, which I don't think is a bad thing. Stone knocks IPAs out of the park. And it has a little bit of that, the coconut as well. So I think that a nice summertime kind of surf rock album like the, Beach Boys give you would probably pair really well with this. It's getting near the end of the summer, but it's still really nice hot weather. So check out this beer, guys. Check out the Beach Boys. I mean, probably everyone's heard that album already, but I'm just saying. Ryan, again, I'm really happy for you, man. I do wish that this version had come out a little bit better. Certainly not a bad beer, and hopefully one day I'll get to try your homebrew version. All right, man. Cheers to you, and to everyone else. I will see you in another beer review, and I hope whatever you're doing involves good craft beer. See ya.